So I completely bombed the history test today.
What did you have trouble on?
I have no idea. I fell asleep.
In 1620, 102 English Protestants landed in Plymouth near Cape Cod. 20,000 migrants came in 1640 to create a community with Protestant values.
Why did they leave?
The Puritans fled to America after Charles Archbishop William Laud purged ministers that opposed Charles. In 1630, 900 migrants left, led by John Winthrop.
What about the Puritans, Buddha?
Puritans who left the Church of England after being threatened by King James I were called separatists. By 1640, there were 3,000 settlers in Plymouth.
I remember something about Roger Williams.
Oh yeah, can you tell us about him?
Roger Williams was a Puritan minister in Salem that opposed some of the colony's religious laws. For example, he agreed with the Pilgrims' idea of separation of church and state. In 1636, Roger Williams was banned from the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Williams and his followers settled 50 miles south in Providence. Other dissidents settled near there, and eventually they were given a charter to establish Rhode Island as a colony.
What about Harvard and New Haven?
Hartford was founded in 1635 by Thomas Hooker when he brought a group of Puritans to get more
Can you
farmland.
make it stop raining?
New Haven was founded in 1638. Those in New Haven favored a stricter state. In 1662, King Charles II gave Hartford the charter over all of Connecticut. Because of this, New Haven was under the control of Hartford.
Hey Dominique, where did early English people settle in early North America?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I can answer that, but you best start taking notes. There were three main places where English people settled in America. The New England colonies of Plymouth, Massachusetts, and Connecticut were places pilgrims had fled to escape religious persecution in hopes of a more religiously tolerant environment. The next region they chose was the Mid-Atlantic one. This place included colonies that were owned by proprietors.
What's a proprietor?
A proprietor was someone like a lord who owned the colonies. These colonies included New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, and New York.
Is there a third region?
The last region people settled in was the South. In 1606, King James I sent out a ship of unskilled men to find gold in the colony known as Virginia. It was named after the never-married virgin queen Elizabeth I. They established Jamestown, and a lot of them died trying to survive.
Hey, are you getting all this?
Yeah, he's got
Oh
it.
man.
Why did people go into indentured servitude in the first place?
Yeah, I want to know too. What is indentured servitude?
Well, indentured servitude is contracts that bound men and women that had to work for 4 to 5 years.
Wait, isn't that slavery?
Yes, masters ruthlessly exploited servants, and half of them died before completing their term.
Well, what about slaves?
They were a bargain that reached high prices from Chesapeake and West Indian planters.
How were they treated compared to indentured servants?
Similar but worse. Violence was common, and masters weren't punished for their actions.
I wonder if I can find that voice that everyone's been talking about. I need help with my history homework.
I got you, fam. By 1670, economic power was in the hands of powerful men. Over time, those men in power who owned half of Virginia made it difficult for someone to own land of their own.
How did they affect the economy?
The price of tobacco dropped to only a penny. Then came Nathaniel Bacon, a migrant from England who was in the government council. Bacon was expelled from the council
Why was Bacon expelled from the council?
because he disagreed on the Indian policy. When the government refused to grant him a military commission, he attacked every Indian he could find. Bacon was arrested, but later released by his small army.
What did Bacon do after he was released?
After being released, Bacon proclaimed as his army burned down Jamestown to the ground and plundered the plantations of Berkeley's allies.
After Bacon died, what did the government do to take revenge?
The government took revenge, dispersing the rebel army seizing the estates of well-to-do men.
Who did James II anger?
James II angered English political leaders. And to forestall a Catholic heir to the English throne, Protestant bishops and Parliament leaders invited a Dutch prince named William to marry Mary Stuart. With the help of the two, they took down King James II.